All right. Let me get my controller plugged in. Hello. Uh, I I don't know what to start with this, but recently I've been feeling like it is a good idea to document my thoughts, I guess. And just kind of relax and talk. I know some people kind of like this kind of stuff, so the idea is that I would make this purely for someone to watch, like in the background. So, if that's kind of your thing, go for it. But I decided that I wanted to play some New Leaf recently because I haven't played it in a while. I used to play it a lot, way before New Horizons ever came out, and uh, recently I lost my New Horizons island, and I didn't feel like restarting on New Horizons, so I went back to something a bit more familiar. But pretty much I have this all set up just to, record my thoughts, get them put somewhere, because uh, I don't really like writing, and typing for too long kind of, it hurts my fingers. It's just typing is just kind of a slog sometimes. It's better for you to write, but even then I'm too lazy for it. So, but I started this like 2 days ago. I planned on recording this. The oh man, the oh nice. I planned on recording this the day I started, but I don't know. I just didn't end up doing it. I got way too caught up in this game. It's nice to be playing it again, but oops. I pretty much just kind of wanted to, talk about things. I guess instead of just rambling on about it, we should probably get into it. I didn't really write anything down for this, so, but I guess let me think. Mm, sometimes, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to think of a topic right now. I'm sorry. Who is this? I haven't really taken your name yet. Bill. This tells me that you're fine form, Will, and don't go changing. Quacko. What can I help you with? This guy seems pretty chill. I don't think I ever had him on my. I probably did have him on my town, but he seems pretty cool. A lot of people don't know this, but mayors need to be really buff, like superhero buff. You're really lucky to have me here giving you pointers about all the physical demands of marehood. I'm happy to be kind of a buffness advisor. That's a great name, buffness advisor, to your honor. But yeah, honestly, don't know everything. But I'll tell you what, Quacko. When I get stuck, I go to the chat. Oh yeah, it's just pretty much telling me how to progress through the game. This game has a really nice vibe to it, I feel. It's a very cozy game. I feel like New Horizons is too, but it was never really as cozy as this was for me, because I spent a lot more time on this. I had a 2DS growing up, and that was one of my favorite consoles ever. I got it with Majora's Mask 3D, and despite what everyone says about that remake, I think it's fine, and it's fun, and it looks pretty like good for the console it's on. But yeah, I still have a 2DS. It's a Mario Maker one, but I collect different things, I guess, so it wouldn't be strange for me to have any assortment of just different objects. But I spent a lot of time playing this game for sure. I think I played this for, I want to say 4 years before dropping it and losing my old 2DS. Just kind of broke because of use, and I was a little kid, so I didn't know how to take care of technology like a normal person. But very fun memories. I think I did name this town after what I had originally named it, like my old town from my old save. And I think I was thinking of names and I couldn't really figure it out. So I kind of like thought and landed on Waylard. I guess it's not pronounced. It might not be pronounced Waylard, but I put in Wallrard. So I don't. I think it's fitting. It's a fitting town name. It feels like I feel like you'd see it on a map probably. I think my. Have any? Yeah, I think my island name for New Horizons was Hoth, like the Star Wars planet. I gotta get that mouse out of the way. I don't really know why I ended up picking that, but I just ended up picking it. It made sense to me. I think it is because I got my Switch for Christmas, and I was just like immediately thinking of stuff like winter. I mean, if you've ever seen Star Wars, it's a giant snow planet, so just I guess it just made sense to me at the moment. But I still have a Breath of the Wild save that I haven't finished, but I'm very far. I'm already 3 Divine Beasts in. I've got the Master Sword, the Hylian Shield, all that fun stuff. I got about 15, 16 hearts by now, but I just haven't got back on. I need to. And, I'm a bit late to the party. I still have not beaten Breath of the Wild, just because I don't know, it was such a strange change, like departure from the previous games when you had Ocarina of Time, and then there was stuff like Majora's Mask and Wind Waker. All of those had their separate identities, but they were all relatively similar games, and then you had Breath of the Wild come out, and it was just kind of like, it was kind of like, whoa, it was strange, it didn't feel right. It felt weird to be able to jump in a Zelda game. It's fun though. I do need to get back onto that, but recently I've been playing a lot of this, and I think that's pretty much it. I haven't really been playing anything else recently. Yeah. Every now and then I'll hop on Fortnite and just check it out. It's fun to look at it. I really like the OG mode they're doing, but it's not enough for me to stay consistently on that game. I played it so much for the first 2 years it was out that I can't play it anymore. Of course, when this new OG season pass thing came out, I immediately bought it and finished it in one night because I missed out on the Black Knight the first time around. I'm not going to do it again. I would like to sell things to you. Thank you. Sell everything, probably. But yeah, pretty much wanted to start doing stuff like this just to have it somewhere. Oh, I just realized my controller was... Oh, y'all will probably hear my controller. I'm so sorry. Oof. Well, I'm not. Y'all can tell I'm not very used to this, but... It's just, I thought this was probably the best idea for me. I don't really like writing. I don't like typing. I like playing games while thinking about things. It's a good way to relieve stress. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that video games are a really good way to relieve stress, especially when you're not playing stuff like Warzone, Call of Duty, horror games. I do love a good horror game, but I can't play through Five Nights at Freddy's 4 without taking breaks. Like, it scares me that much, so horror games sometimes are pretty limited towards me. But yeah, video games can be very therapeutic. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, and it's they're playing them just for the current feeling, and not something you feel like you can. Let me think about this. Let me gather my thoughts. I feel like a lot of people play video games for the feeling that they get that exact moment. They don't see this type of media as like as something is there, I guess. Like, yeah, the day's been bad, but or something like that. But you know, or maybe you got into a fight or you got into an argument. You need to de-stress. But you know, the video game is still there, right? I guess if that makes any sense. Pitfall Seed, fun. And it's great to have video games like this. I feel, especially some that are readily available. As you can see, I am not playing this on original hardware. I don't know why I ran back here. I do have this for my 3DS, but I just dumped the game because well, in my 2DS, the screens are small, and I'm not little anymore, so my hands are big, and the console's it's just small. It just doesn't sit right in my hands. I'll still use it, but pretty much only for that nostalgia factor. If I ever need a fix-in for like genuinely sitting down and playing like a 3DS game, I'll just dump it from my 3DS and play it on here. You know, it definitely looks nice. There's definitely something to be said about how good some of these games look for handheld hardware. I feel this isn't bad, because you know, the 3DS, it was like a great console, but it wasn't like revolutionary like the DS was. You know, no one had ever seen a handheld with that much power, and now it's all you see. I mean, with pretty much computers being handheld computers made for gaming at this point. But you know, oh man, can't believe I just did that. I keep doing that. If there's one thing I do not like about New Leaf, it's the way the net feels. That was so embarrassing. The way the net feels it's just off. But yeah, back to what I was saying. There's definitely something to be said about some of these games and how good they look. I miss when Nintendo would... Obviously, they put love and care into their current projects, but you can tell that there's just a significant lack of care now, I feel, than there used to, but I feel like that's happened to everyone just because the world is in a very rough spot, I feel. And, you know, sometimes people are just looking for the easy way to get through things. I get it, but it's kind of weird to come from this generation of content and gaming and stuff like that and see all these cool games and really high quality stuff, and then you've got stuff like The Walking Dead Destinies, where it's just straight like, it's like straight piped garbage, like on a conveyor belt sent to you. You don't have to move, right? You just buy it, and it's not good, but you know, I don't know how. You think that companies wouldn't be able to get away with something like that, but you'd only think, though. I guess, I don't know. It is disappointing to see where it is right now, and especially with gaming like and optimization. I feel that a lot of devs nowadays will poorly optimize a game and then shoehorn. And it'll just shoehorn like I didn't mean to do that. FSR, AMD FSR, and NVIDIA DLSS, and it's great technology, but it shouldn't be a way to optimize the software, because like, yeah, it does optimize it, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever looked at an image with FSR or DLSS and said, yeah, I prefer that than regular 1080p, but I'm picky with gaming. If I'm going to spend a bunch of money on a hobby like this and want to enjoy it, you know, it should be catered to me, I feel. So I don't feel too bad about saying stuff like that, but... Alright, I got a bunch of stuff to sell you because I've got so much debt from that raccoon. Yep. And if I'm... I think he... What? Pitfall Seed. I cannot remember what those do. I know it's something from a different series, I think. What is that? Oh, I'll find out later. But that's not bad at all. And there we go. I think I need 63,000 for the rest of my loan. 10K definitely was the down payment. I do remember that. But I was awake early this morning. I'm awake early most mornings because I get set on a lot more morning shifts at my job now. So I'm up pretty much at 6 o'clock every day, and I was excited to get on today earlier because I was like, I'm going to talk to Tom Nook. I'm going to get the coupons with the cats on them. I'm going to get these exchanged. They're $3,000 each. I'm going to make some money today in the game and in real life, I'll grind in the game. I'll go out and grind in real life. It's a good path of progression, but I forgot that a major part of how this game works is that everything is based on time. So Tom Nook's stuff isn't open until 10 o'clock, and then he closes at 8 p.m., all of that stuff, blah, 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 It's just, I work at 10 in the morning, so I'm sitting there thinking, like, well, what do I do? There's pretty much nothing else. But just right now, there's not a lot really happening. There's not a lot of stuff, but it's good to run around your town like this and thoroughly check everything, because, weeds will grow, extra flowers will grow, you might have some new fruits on trees, you take them and sell them, Keep an eye out for them. It definitely helps being on something that isn't the size of my palm, because I can actually see what I'm looking at most of the time now. But it's a very cozy game. I feel like this game isn't too bad to just sit and talk, sit and think, really. Think and talk if you want. I mean, it really, I definitely recommend just sitting down with a couple of friends and getting this put up on a screen and either take turns playing or you just play around and let the music run and have some conversations. It's not a bad time. With everything being so expensive right now, you gotta do your best to find ways to enjoy your time without spending too much money. So making little meetups like that with some nice music and stuff like that, it's fun. It's relaxing. Definitely I'd say value your time with your friends, because they're not going to be there forever. And I'm not saying, oh, they're going to die tomorrow. People move on, they move around. For instance, the other day I cried because I realized my best friend is going to college, and I'm not jealous of him. I'm not really interested in college that much, but my first thought was, who the hell am I going to be up at 1 in the morning with, playing Halo 4 Forge, screaming at each other because 4's Forge is annoying as hell to use, but we're still having fun because who gives a Sorry, I'm probably gonna censor that because I want these videos, I plan on doing more, but I want these videos to be relaxed and tame. I feel I shouldn't be using language like that, though some people feel that way and feel the need to definitely use those words to express themselves. I feel that while the words fit, they're vulgar and they just make me look stupid, I feel. I try not to use them as much anymore because it makes you look more mature and respectable as a person, I feel. But and if these videos do go anywhere, I would definitely love to see some comments just with topics, things to talk about, questions, stuff like that. Given the opportunity, I'm not bad at giving advice. Seems like I can always give everyone advice but never follow my own. But that's just how it is sometimes. Have solace knowing that, you're someone your friends can go to and be like, yeah, I can trust this guy or girl, whoever, no limits here. I can trust this person to give me solid advice, I don't have many people like that, but I have a couple. And, it's good to keep those people close to you, regardless of how far away they are. I am still friends with one of my friends that I met about 2 schools ago before I graduated. So I was in a different area, but they were my friend they still are my friend, obviously. Ride or Die, I was at their house every other week. We were playing some Halo Reach, some Minecraft, and just, going outside too. It was crazy because before then I was a relatively small kid. Growing up, I was pretty scrawny, like real scrawny, but they got me going outside a bit more, and it's just like coincidentally I started getting a bit heavier around them. I don't know if it was just food, things going on in my life, I was overeating, stuff like that, but ooh, as of right now, I try to watch my weight as best as I can. I try not to eat junk food anymore. I work out, which is great. Working out feels nice. I enjoy it a lot, because I can just, I can kind of just feel like I'm working and improving something, but also just listen to music and kind of zone out a bit. As much as I don't like running, after running on that treadmill for 30 minutes to an hour, you feel pretty good after. I definitely say I understand why people do it. I do it because I'm trying to lose weight and build some more muscle in the upper half of my body. But stuff like that. And I feel like it's a good idea for other people to start branching out, because at first I didn't think whatsoever that weightlifting would be my hobby at all. Like I said, when I was way younger, before I hit, I think 16, I was a relatively scrawny kid, but like I hit 16 and it just went out the window. I got taller and I got fatter. I think right now, I don't really feel uncomfortable talking about stuff like this, it doesn't bother me, but right now I think I am at 240. Last month I was at 250, so I'm definitely making progress. And it feels nice to know I'm making progress, but really I just want to make sure that I look presentable, because I'm an adult now. I'm gonna be moving soon to my own place, and then I think past then me and a buddy are trying to move even further out to a bigger city. So I want to look nice. I want to look presentable. I want people to see me and be like, that man is confident. He's confident in the way he looks, and I am for the most part. If I could grow facial hair a bit faster, that'd be pretty cool, but what can you do? Genetics. Given my circumstances, my facial hair grows pretty decently, so I'm a perfect apple. I want to see how much this is alone. Oh! Yeah, sure. Right now, I'm letting facial hair grow out, and it's not a lot, but it's enough to cover the sides of my cheeks and, under the neck. It started out as neck beard. I think that's how most people start out, as neck beard. But I've got a mustache, too. It looks fine. I think it looks like I definitely need to grow it out more, but I decided to trim it down at the bottom and line it up, and now we're looking at rocking the mutton chops. Very, ooh. I feel like it's a very bold decision, but if I end up rocking the mutton chops, that's a statement. I feel like that's a cool thing to be able to do, because you think mutton chops and you don't think. You think mutton chops and you think. I think of sailors. I know some other people think of just. I feel unlikable people. I feel like a lot of people associate stuff like really unruly haircuts or facial hairstyles, but I feel like I could rock it, and I'm gonna try. Obviously, if it doesn't work out, I'll just trim it all down to be the same length if I can, and make it look normal as much as I can. But assess a fossil for me, please. Thank you, brothers. Oh, can I do 2 fossils at once? Ooh, cool, thank you. I really do wish that New Leaf let you customize your character a bit more outside of your name and your birthday. Huh, cool. Incredibly jealous. Because, New Leaf, once it starts you up, you can choose limited hairstyles, eye colors, eye shapes, I think mouth and nose, cheek details, but you don't get to choose an outfit. Up until you're on the island. For further assistance, I'm going to donate these fossils for ya. Thank you. So what was this one? Copperlight? I hope I'm saying this stuff right. Dimetrodon? 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 I'm going to say Dimetrodon skull. That seems like it makes the most sense to me. Oh, several things. Yeah. I really like the owl. I really like Blathers. I think he's an interesting character. He's funny. He's a funny guy. I feel like he's definitely fun to have a genuine conversation with. Offer further assistance. Nah, I'm good. Awesome. Still a bit more. I reckon if I just work hard enough, because I don't have to work for the rest of the day. I'm off until tomorrow. So if I just work hard enough, I think I could probably, what was it? Like 63,000 for the rest of my loan. And I don't have to do it before 8, because technically I can repay my loan from here, right? Remainder. Oh, I'm already. Wow. Yeah, I'm already good. I think it's so funny that you got a little voice that just pronounces the numbers and letters. It's really funny. I like it. All loans at this account paid full. Awesome. I'm gonna go talk to the big man. Awesome. Yeah. Paid off my home loan. So now it's time to start the cycle again and get another loan, I think, and then make my house bigger, and then work more. But also make sure I'm taking care of the town a little bit. I guess if there's anything I need to do with Tom Nook, it should be before 8 o'clock, but it's 6 o'clock, and I don't imagine I'll be playing for longer than an hour and a half. Well, that's me. Paying home loan in full, very good. Yes. I've always had faith that you would fulfill the terms of our little agreement well. Now then, does your home not seem a bit teensy on the wee side? It does. I feel a slightly larger home would suit you. Yeah, I'm a big guy. A big house suits me. More room for furniture. I think that's what I'm most excited about moving out, is just being able to decorate a house. And a room. I'll be able to make the room my room, It'll be for me. I get to sleep there. It just seems cool. Interested, please let me know. I would, there's some cool stuff in here. Yes. Discuss your home. Yeah, we'll expand. How much do I need for time to make your home bigger? Yes. Oh! Oh my god. Oh, I forgot how much it ramps up. It's so expensive. I feel like this game is also a pretty good way to teach people to manage. Thanks much. To manage money and to learn how to work for things. It definitely seems impossible to live right now, I feel. Especially on your own. If you're not coming out of high school with at least a decent amount of money, or, you've got to be a part of something big. You have to be a part of something large to live large. That's a good way to put it, I feel. So it's kind of like, you've got your everyday people. It's hard to live. Things are expensive. Houses are expensive. It's tough, but I think it's probably most important for people to just try to look on the bright side of things. If you can stick it out until if all of this decides to fix itself, I like to hope that it will get fixed at some point in the next couple, 4 or 5 years. Stick it out with a friend until then. I think it's a good idea because, you know, you get to come home, you've got a friend, and if you're not feeling up to hanging out with them, you just let them know. I mean, it's that easy, right? And it makes things cheaper. Y'all are splitting rent, your utilities, groceries, stuff like that. It's just, I think it's not a bad idea for this economy. Um, I guess for my future, I definitely don't want to be living with my friend like when I'm 20. I think 25 is definitely the limit. Past then, you should have things in order. Hopefully. Um, it's good to have a friend around. I think the bonds that we create are very important because I used to think that I liked being alone, but realistically, I wanted to be alone because I don't think I knew how to be social. Of course, if you know me in person, you know me now. I'm kind of quiet, but for the most part, I'm pretty, extroverted. It's definitely come. I don't know where it came from actually, but I used to be like sit in my room all day playing Minecraft, not talking to anyone, hardly showering, and hardly taking care of myself. And then I got really into mm, I guess we'll keep it light. I'll just say a substance, and it wasn't anything super unhealthy. And it was something definitely manageable, but I feel like it was definitely impeding my progress as a human. It was definitely stopping me from moving forward very quickly. And progress is good. We like seeing progress. It's good. It's good to know that you're moving forward, and I just definitely wasn't when I was using all of that stuff. Um, so I've decided that I'm going to quit. It's a tough decision for sure, but maybe one day when I'm retired, I'll get back into it. But ooh, those are some fancy pants. Genie pants. Pairing this matching shirt will complete the look just like a genie. Wouldn't that be fun? 360? Alright, so here is a major lesson, guys and girls and everyone else, right? Right here we've got about 9 grand and $646. Okay? This costs 360 bells, so that's going to take half of the 600 that I've about half, a little over half than the 600 I've already got. So, knowing that I have a home loan to start paying off, $360 might go a long way. So you know what we're going to do? We're just not going to buy it. And it's that easy. When I used to get paid, money would burn a hole in my pocket. And I'll be honest, it still kind of does, but I've definitely gotten a lot better. If you can teach yourself to see money as a resource and not a commodity, it makes it so much easier to manage it because you're constantly aware of it, especially when you've got bills. I pay car insurance, I've got my phone bill, and then when I move into an actual house, I've got utilities, your electricity, water, trash, stuff like that. And then you've got rent, depending on where you live in, if you're renting it out. And you could be someone who bought a home loan, you've got a mortgage now. It's so easy to see things that you want and be blinded by the fact that you have the money now, but it makes it nearly impossible to see, well, hey, it makes it impossible to think, well, hey, I could use this money for something more important, I let myself spend a lot of money on my birthday, and I've been thinking about it recently, and it kind of upset me because, yeah, it was my birthday, right? I turned 19. I wanted to get myself some cool stuff, so I got a pair of brand new white Air Force Ones, a Stormtrooper shock. It was a shock trooper helmet, and that was about $200. The shoes were about $125, and I just wiped out like a lot in my bank account at that point, and I just didn't even think twice about it. And thinking about it now, that bothers me so much that I didn't even think about it. And I get it, it's my birthday, and I think that's the main reason I felt okay with doing it, is because I told myself, oh, it's my birthday, live a little. If you stop thinking like that, it just makes it so much easier. I know a lot of these things are an easier said than done type situation, but for instance, losing weight, you want to know how I found. You want to know how easy it is to stop eating certain things that are unhealthy for you? Just don't buy them, or make it. Don't buy them or make it inconvenient to get them, right? Because if you don't buy them, you don't have them, and you're gonna want them more. But are you willing to drive to go get some, like, chips? Or are you willing to spend a lot of money tipping a DoorDash driver to get a family-sized bag of Ruffles ordered to you? It's like, is it really worth it at that point? And then you start thinking about other options you've got around the house. And then, who knows, you might decide, make yourself a salad. Eat something a bit healthier, It's definitely hard, especially after so long just living off of junk food. I don't know how I did it, but I managed to stay active and relatively healthy living off of chips and I think peace tea, and staying up until like 4 in the morning and getting up at 1. And let me tell you, it feels good to not be doing that anymore. There's not much to do on the island anymore. I need to go decorate my room. Back to it, sorry. Oh man, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, that's so annoying. I feel so dumb now. Oh, yeah, losing weight, not feeling bad. It feels good not to feel bad, because, like, I feel like a lot of people are addicted to certain things, and they don't realize that it makes them feel good and bad at the same time. It's like a double-edged sword. It's not. For instance, screen time, right? I'll throw this out here. We'll use TikTok as an example. TikTok is a pretty interesting app. I personally like it. I think there's a lot of funny stuff on there if you're trying to raise your mood or just be a little bit happier, or just kind of turn your brain off for a bit. It's not bad. It gets bad once you realize how much time you've spent just on that app alone, I feel. Like any social media app, or just something you're like doom scrolling, just because why not, right? That's a lot of lost time, and I mean, maybe you don't have anything better to do with your time, right? But there are other hobbies, and there are people that care about you, so hey, call one of them up. They might want to hang out with you. I need to go back in there. Distractions are another good way to curb some kinds of just unhealthy habits. Distract yourself with something else, and you forget about that first thing altogether. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad I got that. Cool. All right. Anyway, sorry, geeking out a bit there. Place in room. I don't know what a pitfall seed does. So, actually, I think I do know what it does. I'm probably gonna go plant it now. But back to what I was saying. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to this kind of thing. My thoughts are all over the place. Let's think of another topic here. People. People is a very good topic because people are kind of objective in some ways, but I guess less people and more about how people act to each other. I feel like today's day and age, and it sounds so weird to say stuff like that, but I feel like today people are just a lot more hostile to each other. Sorry, I pulled my controller back up. Very just negative, and I think COVID had something to do with that, because for a good 2 years, the main way we could interact with other people was online, and if you're not aware, it's fairly easy to be mean to people online. I will definitely say that I used to be that way, and I regret it. I regret some of the things I've said to people. It's just, when I was younger, I was like, when I was little, I was mean, and I regret it a lot. Mean to my brother, mean to my parents. stuff like that. People who were just trying to look out for me and take care of me, and I was just mean, and I don't know why. It's not like I consciously chose to do it, but oh hell yeah. Oh, sorry. It's not like I consciously meant to do it, but I did it anyways. I'm not like that anymore, really, but people are just kind of negative to each other all the time. I feel like we're in a situation, all of us as a human race, species, whatever it's called, right? We're all just too harsh on each other. We don't know, I feel like a lot of us don't know how to just calm down, I feel. Like, take the time to relax, you know? I also feel like it doesn't help that it's a depressing time to live in. Things are expensive. People are angry all the time. It just feels, it's just overall negative feeling to it, right? But it makes it all the more worth it if you just find those little times to just calm down, relax, and take it slow. You know, that's where hobbies come in. I love making art. Recently, I've picked up painting again, whether it be acrylic, oil, or paint pens. I love acrylic paint pens. They're so fun to work with. You can make some really colorful art with stuff like that. And the best part about paint pens is that you get the look of some paintings, but it doesn't come with the hassle of making mistakes. Now, mistakes are bound to happen regardless, especially with stuff like art, because art isn't, it's subjective, so there's thousands, millions of ways to perceive art and to make it. So there's a lot of room for error, and I feel like a lot of people don't pick up hobbies as much as they used to anymore because of that room for error. I feel like a lot of people see something, and if they're not good at it, if they're not immediately good at it, they immediately assume that it's not for them. I remember hearing something, I'm not entirely sure from where, sorry, but it's like, it goes something like, if you're told to quit doing something that you like, and you don't, and you argue against that idea, if someone tells you tell someone about something you want to do, and they tell you to quit, and if it makes you slightly angry or like annoyed, or there's any doubt in what they're saying, then yeah, it's probably the thing for you, because you had the initiative to think about the fact that, no, that person's wrong. I do want to do this. I don't want to quit, right? It's, and I guess for people with shorter attention spans too, it's hard to pick up hobbies. Like I said, you know, if you're not immediately good at it, you don't want to do it. And I used to be like that. I think around when I was 5 or 6, I started getting into drawing, like, a lot. And what got me into that was the 2012 Ratchet and Clank spin-off. Or no. Yes. No? How? No. Let me do some math so I'm not messing up the story real quick. Yeah, it was. Okay, so 2012, the spin-off Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault came out, and it was the first Ratchet and Clank game that I ever played. And I feel like people are too harsh on that game. It's just fan service, the game. But in that game, oh, I've 100%ed the game, by the way. I'm very serious about that game. I love that game to death. But anyways, having 100%ed it, you get a bunch of these concept art packs and stuff like that, and that got me really inspired with the art style that Insomniac uses for some of their concept art. I was like, I saw it and I was like, that's beautiful. I want to make something like that. Seeing concept art in those games for like landscapes and just really intricate levels, creative sprawling battlegrounds is cool. It looks cool. There's a lot of detail and it's got a cool art style. And I think from then on, that's when I just started pumping out art. And then I remember when Five Nights at Freddy's came around. I watched Markiplier, I think, at least a year prior to him playing it, but I remember watching the upload from it and being like, whoa, this game is crazy, it's scary, it's got an interesting story, what is going on here, you know? And that also got me really into art, drawing some the characters. I was never big for making my own characters, really, so you would only really, in my art pieces at least, you only see drawings of things that already exist. I've been working on making more original pieces, which have been coming out great. I feel I've made a lot of progress with it, but yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's was another one that got me really into art. Uh, I feel like Minecraft had a huge help in it, definitely. There's a lot of creativity to let out with Minecraft, and I remember playing it for the first time on my cousin's 360 in 2012, and I begged my mom to get it for my PlayStation 3, but it didn't come out until, I think, December of the next year, 2013, so when that time rolled around, my mom and my dad got me a copy of Minecraft for the PlayStation 3 with a special controller that was wired, and it had like blue LEDs on it, and it had a fan on the bottom of it. And I'm telling you, I am telling you, that is the most comfortable controller I have ever had. It wasn't very bulky. It fit comfortably in my hands, and that fan. Okay, you'd think that having the vents at the bottom would feel uncomfortable, but you hardly notice it, and then your hands stay nice and cool the entire time. You know, it was really cool when I was little because I had never seen anything like that. And I still remember my first session with me and my brother playing on a creative world, and back then the worlds were so small. You could walk across an old legacy world in 5 to 10 minutes, I feel. But me and my brother went around looking for stuff, and we saw a mushroom island, and we were like, that looks cool. So we blew it up. I made a house out of birch logs, made a fireplace inside of that house, went to the restroom, and realized my house was gone because I lit the fire on top of what my house was made of, which was wood. Interestingly enough, I never really had a phase where I felt the need to be making houses out of gold blocks and diamonds. I feel like a lot of people relate to that, but I never really did. Because I felt it looked tacky just a little bit. It's definitely an air of nostalgia, but I definitely argue and say that a dirt hut is a bit more nostalgic to me than a house made out of solid gold, but I don't know. I remember that day very, very clearly. I had just gotten back from staying with my aunt and uncle. Oh, I had just gotten back staying with my aunt and uncle. They took me and my brother home, and we were freaking out when we got the game. And we had this, when I was living in that town at the time, we had this radio that was in the living room. And oh my gosh, I'd be sitting on that hardwood floor looking up at the TV, nearly breaking my neck, just chilling to some Minecraft. I'll be playing it with my brother or alone. I'm just completely lost in creative mode, jamming out to some music. That was a really fun time. I like to look back on memories like that because I'm thankful to have had them. Some people don't get the luxury of that, so I'm definitely lucky to have the memories that I do. Obviously, because they mean so much to me. If anyone else had those memories, it would mean so much to them too. But yeah, man, I'm just getting lost on side tangents. I still have a PS3. I don't have that same copy of Minecraft. I remember me and my brother, we got into an argument one day, and he broke it. And by then, my PS3 had run its course. It stopped reading Blu-ray discs, and that's what the games run on. I'm afraid we cannot accept Turnet's work of art, trash, or tools, so we asked for cooperation. Sorry, I didn't know that. My fault, Pimp. But I have another copy. I have another PlayStation 3. I've got a couple of consoles. I've got a PS3, PS4, PS2, and Nintendo 2DS. I am a huge Sega fan, so Sonic, stuff like Crazy Taxi, House of the Dead. I have that. I have House of the Dead 2 for the Dreamcast, Sonic Adventure 1. I need to get Sonic Adventure 2. I have a Dreamcast, obviously. If I got the games for it, I'd hope I have the console. I've got an Xbox Series X, the big one. I have an Xbox One X because I used to be primarily a PlayStation user up until about 3 years ago. Nintendo Switch Lite, a Nintendo Switch. I got a Nintendo Wii. I thought about collecting a PS1, but I'm gonna be completely honest. There's not many games on the PS1. Uh-oh. What do I do? No, get me out. Oh, I wasn't supposed to. Oh, is that what that seed does? Oh, I'm dumb. You're supposed to play a prank on your friends with that. I'm stupid. Yeah, I've got a bunch of neat things. I recently bought a Nintendo Switch controller, a Nintendo Switch N64 controller. It's not licensed. It's a third-party one, but it works with PC. It has a better analog stick, and it also works on my Switch, which is pretty cool, I feel. It's great for virtual, Switch Online. I don't know, it's not Virtual Console anymore. It's great for Switch Online and playing the PC ports of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. It's pretty much essential to have a controller like that. It just works. It feels great. I haven't had any problems with the analog sticks. So, don't you? Everyone does. I wonder, can you bring me an apple? Probably. Tarnation. Yeah, Tarnation. I'm from Texas, so I've definitely heard tarnation be said unironically in a sentence, and it's fantastic. You know, I had someone ask me online before if we all rode around on horses and had pretty much deserts in our towns and like saloons and stuff like that. And I was like, no, you know, we're like you, you know, we're just people. We're not stuck in an old age. I love it when people associate Texas with stereotypes, stuff like that. I feel like it's really, really funny because unironically there are people around here that will ride their horses, and I bet they're saving so much money on gas. I don't know if horse food is more expensive than gas, depending on its quantity. So, I guess taking care of a horse is harder than a car. But there are people that ride around on horses. I've seen a couple carriages before. Granted, I don't think they were from here, but it was an interesting sight. It was cool, you know. I'm not really quick to judge or discriminate. I don't like it when people like to just immediately assume. It feels unfair. Because I used to be that way. I used to immediately make assumptions based on people as soon as I met them. It just wasn't good. I'm glad I don't now. It's definitely good to give everyone a fair chance, as long as they're not, you know, like inherently just a bad person. But yeah, this game is relaxing. Honestly, I still find it beautiful. I also really like that this game kind of looks like Townfolk on the Wii. Because, you know, the 3DS, I feel like the 3DS and the Wii had similar visual styles, like, hardware limitations, but it's impressive that we've ever gotten to this point, and we're still getting past this point. I really wish... I don't know how to change my character's hair yet, because that is not what my hair looks like in real life at all. I'm sure I can do it at some point, but yeah. I'm noticing a lack of apples anywhere at all. And that little squirrel wants an apple. So what do I do? Apples? Apples? Nah, no apples. Maybe we'll have some luck running around here. More trees? Nah. Let's get a look. Nah. Ain't nothing on this town. It's probably because I picked so many of them yesterday and today they're just all gone right now. But and what's worse is there was a tree earlier that had apples on it. I got the perfect apple. Oh, I should have held on to that. Man. Oh yeah. I forgot. I got some cool stripes. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I've got some cool striped socks on. Man, this fit, nah, this fit is crazy. I would have been the coolest kid in like middle school and elementary, or not middle school, I'd say like elementary school if I looked like this. People think I'm so cool. Oh, there's a hello creature. Hi. No, come back. No, stay there. Stay there. No. No, I need to catch one. Ah, man. I see. I just still need to get used to it. I'm not good at it. I guess I'm gonna check some of the stores up here and see if I can find anything, but we're reaching the 1 hour mark, and I don't really want this video going past that. So let's do a little bit that we can in these next 4-ish minutes, 4.5 minutes. If I were an Apple, where would I be purchasable? Can you go in the side part? Nah. Nookling Junction. Yeah, I don't think you can buy from the little raccoons themselves. What you see is what you get, I think, with this store. Yeah. Oops. No, I dropped my controller. Here we go. Also, if you're looking for a pretty neat controller, one that's comfortable, and a wired one specifically, I definitely recommend, what brand is it? Hyperkin's wired Xbox 360 controllers. They work on PC, they work on Xbox, obviously. And I found that this controller is the most comfortable for like all-around emulation. Just regular consoles. It's great for emulating the Switch, the GameCube, the 3DS. If you're doing the Wii, I would recommend just trying to figure out how to set up a Wii remote or using a PS4 controller, since that's got some motion controls in it. I mean, this controller feels great for GameCube games. I don't think I can stress how good this game feels with, or that Need for Speed Underground feels with this controller. But I definitely recommend getting one of Hyperkin's Xbox 360 wired controllers. They've got a bunch of cool colors. I got black because I'm boring, but I thought about getting, I think there's a pink option. There should be, because there used to be a pink option. I'm hoping that down the line they release some like see-through plastic rock candy style controllers, because those were my thing when I was little. All of my controllers that I got for my PS3, even when I had a 360 for a little bit, they were all these see-through light-up rock candy controllers, and they were so cool. I think I used to have a red and an orange one, and my buddy had a green. I remember him having green and blue, and oh man, we'd use those controllers, we'd load up some World at War, and we'd get on Doris, and we would just camp that catwalk for hours. I mean, it's all we did some weekend nights. I think it's definitely very important to have moments like that, even as an adult, because, you know, growing up, you're kind of told you have to be an adult at some point. But, while yes, you have to be an adult, that doesn't mean you can't have fun. It just means you have to be smart about how you're having fun. You know, if you're having fun, make it cheap fun. It's fun, but it's cheap fun. You know, it's cheap fun, but it's fun, right? Stuff like this. I don't advocate piracy, but definitely check out some older games, games you haven't played, or games that you have played. It's cool to go back and play games that you haven't played, and it's definitely cooler to replay some of the ones that you have. Yeah, it's the best way to think about it, I feel. It's a good balance, because, you know, if you're always serious, you kind of just lose. I feel like if you go your life being all serious, you lose a lot of creativity, and it just makes you less fun of a person to hang around. I feel like the cool grandparents are definitely the ones that live like that, live while having fun, you know. Yes, be serious and be smart, but you can be mature and responsible and still have fun, you know, as long as it's safe, and, you know, especially in this economy, as long as it's safe and cheap. I feel like that's the best way to look at it. Oh man, it's getting really boring towards the end here. oyster shell. I think I'm gonna, if I've already donated this, I'm gonna sell it, but I'm gonna run back to, hey, Blathers. Thinking about changing my catchphrase. Got any suggestions? I need help, Quacko. I like Quacko. There's no need. Yeah, status quo is great. Yeah, awesome. That was fun. That was a nice little interaction there. Can you, oh, can you still put, can I still put messages on the board? Announces that's, yeah. Yeah, I started this, no, a day ago, actually. I played 3 hours straight the other day. But yeah, it's about 6:38, 6:40. It's about to be 6:40, so I'm gonna get this handled, and I think I'm done for the night, at least with Animal Crossing. If this garners any attention, you know, I'm definitely intrigued to see, you know, questions, comments, you know, questions about advice, stuff like that, new topics. I promise that going forward with stuff like this is going to be a lot more consistent and concise, because a lot of the early start of this video I've made here was a lot of just trying to figure out what I want to talk about. But doesn't you have anything on your person that, oh right, oyster shells aren't fossils. Man, I'm dumb. But yeah, I think for the next time I do that, because even if this does garner attention or not, I'm probably still gonna make more videos. And I think for my next video, I want to get some topics written down, some things written down, some topics that I think would make for an interesting video, just to talk about, ponder. I definitely like to hear, like I said, suggestions, or heck, even arguments to advice I've given, arguments with stuff I've said. I don't mind a good, some good back and forth, as long as it's nothing too serious, obviously. Of course. What would you like to sell? I would like to sell that oyster shell, please. Sell the oyster shell. Oyster shell, I can offer you 360 for one oyster shell is kind of crazy. Patronage, please feel free to use our services again at your leisure. We'll be here. Awesome, thank you. Thank you for visiting. Come again. Bye-bye. I think that this was pretty good for me. I definitely liked being able to get my thoughts out there and whatnot. There will definitely be more of this. If anyone out there is interested, don't be afraid to interact. Let me know. Ask questions, give recommendations, give topics, ideas, stuff like that. I don't think that would be too terrible of an idea, but until we get there, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.